Hello students, welcome to EdUp. In this lecture video I'm going to discuss about AC power and power factors. Okay, so let us start. AC power and power factor. Okay, so basically in case of DC we know power is nothing but V into I, voltage into current, but in case of AC it is different. Okay, so let us discuss what is power exactly in case of AC. So usually we see AC power in three-phase systems. In most of the places you can see AC is used in form of three-phase, and in case of domestic in case of domestic supplies we use AC as a single phase. Okay. So in case of single phase, if the power is P, it will be 3 times of P in case of three phase. If the three phase system is a balanced one, balanced three phase system. Okay. If it is not balanced, then we can add the power of each individual phases, that is PR, power of Y phase plus power of Z phase, and you will get total power of the three phase. Okay, so in case of balanced system, if single phase is having power P, in case of three phase system it will be 3 multiples or 3 times. But in case of if the three phase system is not a balanced one, then we can add individually and it will be a scalar sum, because power is scalar quantity. So let us discuss it in a mathematical way. I am taking a simple circuit. It is having an AC source and delivering some power to this load, and in general we take source as V sin omega t. So let us take V of t equals to V sin omega t. Okay. And let us take current I of t equals to I sin, take capital I, so it will be I of t equals to I sin omega t minus phi, because current will be in with some phase difference with the voltage, because we don't know about the load, and basically we are having inductive loads, so it will be a lagging current. We will get a lagging current, so we'll take the phase as omega t minus phi. So what is power here? Power is product of voltage and current. And how much is the voltage? V sin omega t into I sin omega t minus phi, and by solving this we'll get something like this: V into I sin omega t into sin omega t minus phi, Vi sin omega t. If we'll expand it using trigonometric formula, it will be sine omega t cos phi minus cos omega t sin phi. Now multiply sine omega t with this expression pi, it will be sine square omega t cos phi minus sine omega t cos omega t sin phi. Now I'll multiply 2 here. I'll multiply 2 and divide 2. I can write it as b by root 2 into I by root 2, 2 into sine square cos phi. So I'll write cos phi, and in place of 2 sine square omega t, I will write 1 minus. Okay, what is 2 sine square omega t in terms of cos? It will be 1 minus 2 cos omega t minus how much? 2 sine omega t cos omega t. 2 sine theta cos theta is sine 2 theta. So sine 2 omega t into sine phi. Okay. Now I'm going to erase this. So how much it will be? V by root 2 is nothing but V RMS. We know that. And I by root 2 is nothing but I RMS. Here cos phi 1 minus 2 cos omega t minus V RMS into I RMS sin 2 omega t sin phi. I will write sin phi first, then sin 2 omega t. So here you see one thing, here V RMS cos phi and here V RMS sin phi. This V RMS into I RMS cos phi is nothing but active power P, and here V RMS I RMS sin phi is nothing but reactive power Q. Okay, let us understand what exactly active power and reactive power mean. So just note it down. If I will draw the waveform for active power, it will be like this. It has no negative value. It's power versus time. It has no negative value. Active power is always positive. But if I will draw a waveform for reactive power, it will be like this, a pure sinusoidal, pure sine. Here you can get positive also and negative also. That means active power is always positive. What does it mean? Why it is always positive? Because it always flows from sender to the receiver. Always, it is always positive. That's why it is positive in nature. But if you will see a reactive power, it is oscillating. That means it sometimes goes from sender to receiver, and sometimes it comes back from the receiver to the sender. So it is the real power that we actually use. Here average power is always positive, but here average power is 0. So reactive power in physical form it doesn't exist, right? And we use active power only. So this power is called active power or real power, and in this case it is called reactive power or imaginary power. Okay, but both are important. It is useful, but it doesn't mean that it is not a useful one. Reactive power is also very important in case of AC transmission and distribution. Okay, we'll see. So if P is a real power, Q is a imaginary power, then the resultant will be P square plus Q square equals to S square, where S is nothing but apparent power. Apparent power. Okay, and if you will find the expression for this, then it can be like this: P square. P is VRMS IRMS cos phi whole square plus VRMS IRMS sin phi whole square. So VRMS square IRMS square will be common, and in the bracket it will be cos square phi plus sin square phi, and this is 1. So this is VRMS square into IRMS square, that is S square, and S will be VRMS into IRMS. This is apparent power. If I will take S cos phi, then I will get an active power. If I will take S sin phi, then I will get a reactive power. Okay, fine. If I will take S cos phi, that is VRMS IRMS cos phi. Here VRMS and IRMS is positive, this always. What about cos phi? If we look at cos phi, if I will take a positive angle, cos phi will be positive. If I take a negative angle, it is also positive, because we know cos minus theta is equals to cos theta, or cos theta equals to cos theta. So may it be positive or negative, this phase angle, it can be positive or negative, but cos phi will be positive for always. Okay, so what does it mean actually? So phi can be positive or negative depending upon current is lagging or leading. Okay, if current is lagging, phi will be positive. If current is leading, phi will be negative. So whatever may be the case, if current is lagging, then also the active power is positive. If current is leading, then also cos phi is positive and the active power will be positive. And what positive sign means? Positive and negative are only indications. They doesn't have any real meaning. We have, so it is always positive. That means active power flows from sender to receiver in each of the cases. Okay, so it is always flowing from sender to receiver. Power can be reversed. Active power cannot be reversed. Okay. And what does exactly a positive reactive power and negative reactive power means? In case of inductive load, In case of inductive load, it opposes the sudden change in current. We have already discussed in the previous classes that inductor opposes sudden change in current. And how it does it? It does it by lagging current from voltage. Okay, if current is lagging from the voltage, it can oppose a sudden change in current. In case of capacitance, what happens here? Capacitor opposes sudden change in voltage, dV by dt. Okay, it opposes dV by dt. It opposes di by dt. And how does it do it? It does it by leading the current from the voltage by some angles. Okay, here current is leading, here current is lagging. So here current is lagging, that means it is consuming reactive power. But in this case, current is leading. How current can be leading? By supplying reactive power. So when the reactive power is consumed, we give a positive sign. When the reactive power is being supplied, we give negative sign. So positive and negative sign has no mathematical meaning. We give it just to indicate consumption or supply. Okay, got it? So this is all about power and this is all about power. Now look at this cos phi again. Look at this cos phi again. Here cos phi decides. If cos phi decides the active power, right? Power factor is nothing but this cos phi. This cos phi is the real power factor. So power factor that determines the real power component of an apparent power. So what is apparent power? Apparent power is S, which is P, RMS and I RMS. And what is the real component? Real component is S cos phi. That is V RMS, I RMS, cos phi. So what we are using here? Cos phi. So cos phi decides whether it is an active power or not. Okay. So cos phi decides cos phi determines the real power component of this apparent power S. Got it? So from this expression, if I'll write, we know active power P equals to V RMS, I RMS, cos phi. So cos phi equals to P divided by V RMS, I RMS. That means P is nothing but real power or active power divided by V RMS, I RMS is the apparent power. So power factor is active power divided by apparent power. Okay. So let us discuss some more points on power factor. We know power factor is of two types, that is leading power factor, another one is lagging power factor. Okay, or you can say positive power factor, negative power factor. When it is leading power factor, when power factor is greater than 1, and when it is lagging power factor, when power factor is less than 1. Power factor is greater than 1. What does it mean? Power factor equals to, we know, real power divided by apparent power. And here also the same thing, real power divided by apparent power. So greater than 1, power factor is greater than 1. It means real power is more than apparent power. And when real power is more than apparent power, when there is less demand than the supply. In this case it is opposite. Power factor is less than 1, that means real power is less than apparent power. And when it happens, when there is a demand, more demand than the supply. Okay, and mostly in our domestic appliances, the load is of inductive type, and that's why we always get a lagging power factor or negative power factor. And leading power factor takes place where there is a capacitive loads. Okay, so this is all about power and power factor. Thank you so much for watching, and please don't forget to subscribe to our channel, and also like, share this video among your friends. Thank you.